I've got to go and pick these up from Bridgewater, but I've bought a 2011 Toyota Aygo. So here's the Aygo. We knew it had some damage, front bumpers off here. So I've got a little bit of work to get done. So second car from Mannheim, we've got the little 2013 i10 Hyundai. Right guys, so it's Saturday afternoon. Something's just happened. And I'm interested in your opinion on it. So on a Saturday afternoon, the garage here closes half day, Stuart closes half day. I'm just normally in here on my own, fiddling with my car bits and bobs, you know, if I've got people coming to see me, that kind of thing, or just cracking on. And most of the other garages in town are also shut on a Saturday afternoon, but I was in here with the roller shutters open while I was fiddling away. And this Seat Ibiza comes very slowly around the car park in it with a lady looking out the window. She goes by, goes all the way around the one-way system, comes by again slowly pulls in here. And Pete was with me. He popped in for a cup of tea to bother me in general. And yeah, so this lady pulled in, and she got out of the car and she came up and she said, "Oh, I wonder if you can help me." She said, "I've had this car for a while," she said, "but I've not been using it. I've had another car and I've just started using this car again." And she said, "Nothing's going right for me this week at all." She says, "I'm having problems with all kinds of stuff." She says, "I've got a new job on Monday I've got to get to. I've got to travel a certain distance for the appointment." And she says, this car's come up with the engine management light on it. And she says, "And to be honest, I can't find any garages open anywhere." She says, "I'm almost close to tears because of the problems I've had." I'm like, "All right, okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Engine management light, I'm sure it's not that serious." She said, "You couldn't take a look, could you?" I said, "Well, okay, yeah, pull it in here. I'll plug it in and have a look." Now, obviously, I don't offer mechanical services. That's not my business. But, you know, try and help her out. I've got the equipment here. See if I can help her out. So anyway, so it was a Seat Ibiza, like I said. I wasn't quite sure where the port was. Eventually found it, plugged in, did a code read on it. The machine took about 10 minutes to bring the code up. Came up with a code relating to the air fuel mixture. I think it might have been a sensor, if I remember correctly. Something unimportant, something you don't have to really be worrying about at all. And I think potentially, I asked her again, should the car been sitting for a very long time, so you put new fresh fuel in it? No, I haven't put fresh fuel in it yet. I said, "Look, at the end of the day," I said, "I think it's throwing a bit of a hissy fit running old fuel, and you started using it again recently." I said, "Go and put some super unleaded in it and take your drive." I've cleared the code. So I had cleared the code. I'd started the car back up again, and the car ran absolutely fine, sounded perfect. The code disappeared, didn't come back again after revving it up a little bit and letting it sit. Code didn't come back, wasn't a problem at all. So I said, "I think it was just having a little hissy fit after being sat for so long. Put some fresh fuel in it and take it for that drive and to that new job or whatever it was, and see how you get on. And if it comes up again, pop in and see us." I said, "But you know, the engine itself sounds fine, so I think you're okay to go." So that's so great, you know, that's brilliant, blah blah blah. And then hopped in the car and drove off. Now, the thing I found slightly strange was, at no point did she offer any form of payment for my time. So all in, I was, you know, let's say about 20 minutes faffing around with it. And let's bear in mind, this lady had driven all over town, not being able to find any garages open at all. I was the only one that was open. She was stressing out because she was going to have to, she thought she wasn't going to be able to make it to this appointment. I stopped what I was doing, I plugged it in, I did the code, everything like that. But she just hopped in her car and drove off. Now, I would have thought she'd turn around and say, "Oh, you know, what do I owe you? You know, can I give you something for that?" At which point I'd have probably have said, "Don't worry about it anyway. You know, if you have a problem, come back later on." You know, or put some money in a charity pot next time you see one in the petrol station or whatever. But she offered no form of payment whatsoever. And I just find that a bit strange, that she thinks that complete strangers should stop what they're doing, give her 20 minutes of their time using the equipment from the garage without any form of payment, or even offering any form of payment. Who am I to her that I should be giving her free time? And I know that sounds harsh, and like I said, I probably wouldn't have taken payment for it. My problem is not really that I didn't earn anything off it, it's that I wasn't offered anything for it. comment down below. What do you think? Am I being tight? Am I being unfair? Or do you agree and think that that's a little bit cheeky to expect me to have done that without even offering any form of payment? So yeah, comment down below. I'll be interested to see what you guys think of that. So we've had 2 people come by and see the iGo today, even before it's ready. So it's time to get cracking on it. I said, a few of you said you wanted to see how to do these iGos. They are the easiest cars to take apart. 10mm on this, go it the right way. And first get all your bolts. Get all your bolts off the top. There we go. And the official parts tray obviously is the scuttle panel. That's the way it works in all cars, isn't it? Bear in mind, when you come to take this off, you need to lift these over these 2 plugs here. So there it is, separated from the top. So we need to get underneath the car in a second. We've just got to take this clip out here first. Pull a bit like this, or a screwdriver, and pop this out. Like that. There we go. And now you're free at the top here. So now you need to get underneath the car and do the ones down the bottom. And there we have it, bumper off, 5 minutes. And this is why, if you need to do anything regarding the exhaust or the alternator or radiator or anything on the front of one of these, iGo C1 whatever, take the bumper off. It's going to make life a hell of a lot easier, and it takes 5 minutes to take it off. So we're all ready to go on that. Let's have a quick look and see if the headlight's broken. No, nice, all the clips of the headlight are good. And the clip for the bumper might be broken just there, I think. Yeah, we're just missing that clip there, I think, aren't we? Yeah. We might have to get a new clip. I think that's all in one, isn't it, on this? Yeah, it runs all the way around there. So we're going to need to get that part of the... Well, we'll fix the bumper up first and put it back on again, see if it lines up. If it doesn't, we're going to need to get another one of those. But now we can move on to getting the wing off. So headlight first. Again, all 10mm. Nice and easy. I think there's one down here, is there? Oh, sorry, it's here. It's here, isn't it? So more 10mm. Look at that, that wing's almost straightened itself back out again now I've done that. Yeah, it's almost straightened itself back out, that. Still a bulge there. Still a dent there. Oh, I've got a new wing now, I'll stick it on anyway. So yeah, 10mm there, 10mm up here. The only fiddly one you have to find is here. It's underneath the scuttle panel. So you take this clip out here, and if you move it to one side, move it back, you'll see another 10mm just there. And all you need to do is get this far enough forward to get your tool in there and get that 10mm out. You don't have to take the scuttle cover off completely, just get it back that far. You might have to put the bonnet back down again to get your tool in to get it out, but just whip that one out. Just obviously watch the edge of the windscreen there as you do it. Myself something off to get behind here and lever this off. If I remember rightly, they're just poppers, yeah. Off it comes. And you've got another 10mm. Nice thing is you only need one tool on the go. Get it on there a bit more. 10mm is at the bottom of the, behind that front wheel here. Not sure if my tool will get in this one. So off she comes. Normally these are in a door shut and they're a bit of a pain to get to, but they nicely put them down the bottom on these ones. Now we're going to whip out all the clips holding the mud guard in and just prise them out. I forget how these bottom ones come out, these top ones. You pull the centre of the trim out first and then they pop out like that. Keep hold of all of those. Just work your way around, take them all off all the way around. So next up, you're going to have to jack the car up a little bit, get into the rear of the wheel arch, and you'll find there's a plastic cover like this sitting inside here. Yeah, you just don't worry about Pete in the background, he's whittering to himself about something or other. So yeah, there's a little plastic clip like this holding it in, just here. Sorry, it's on this side. And this sits up inside the arch, in the rear of the arch up there. You'll need to get that out, just take that popper out and then it'll pull straight out. And then you'll see you've got one final belt there to get to. That off, you should be in a situation where your wing is ready to come off. A little bit of jiggery pokery. There we go. Just got to disconnect the light. It says just 2 seconds, I need 2 hands for that. There we go, and it's off. I have to say, now it's off. It's only very mildly damaged, this. But it's going to be quicker to paint the new one and get it on. Just got to hope for a good colour match. Late tonight on the iGo because people want the car and it's not ready and I need to really crack on. So I've got the bumper here, which I've sanded. That was a pain in the bum. Someone had painted it a couple of times before, hadn't keyed the paint up, so every time I was sanding it just started flaking, so I had to take it back a lot further than I wanted to, hence the amount of primer here. So we've got the filler primer on. We're going to unmask it, take it further back so we've got room to blend in when we do the white in a bit. As you can see, I've taken the spotlight out. I did take this piece of trim out completely and sand around the inside of it and sand so that the paint would really take well inside the edges of this. We didn't want that flaking off there for the buyer later on. I'm using 2K today. A lot of you will be like, yay, 2K, because you get fed up with me using 1K. I'm using 2K because I know I'm going to use it all up in one go. I want to get this back on the car tomorrow morning, so 2K chemically hardens rather than just through evaporation and whatever. So that will speed up the process. So that's all ready to go. I've got the new wing here, which comes in a primer, albeit black, so it's going to take a lot of coverage again. That's why I know I'm going to use the whole can. So I've gone through and scuffed all this up. You can see I've got a bit of shine just there. I need to go back and get that scuffed. If you can see any shine, your paint's not going to take to it. So you need to scuff it up. I'm using a scuff pad as always for that. Got one here, yeah. Ooh. There you go, scuff pad, circular motions. Don't want to do line motions, circular motions. So it's less likely to show through the paint. Get it all keyed up. That's going to need a wipe down with panel cleaner before it's ready to go. And obviously using 1K, the thing with these 1K is once you've activated it, it'll harden off in the can. So I need to be able to do it all in one go. So that's why I'm getting it all ready together. And then in the morning I should be able to bolt it back on. So I'll just get the rest of those shiny areas done, get the panel wipe on it, get that remasked, and then we'll be ready for white. Okay, so 3 coats later of white, and this is what we have. I have to say I'm pretty pleased with the finish on that. There looks a bit different because that's where the fade out thinner is. But here's where the paint is. And my gun finish, as you'd call it, out of the rattle can, you can hear my feet are a bit sticky on the ground, is pretty good. There's a minimal amount of trash, tiny bit there in there. All this is trash free. And my wing is also leveled out nicely. That's pretty trash free. And has about the same amount of orange peel, I'd say, as a factory panel. So pleased with that. Obviously I don't know how this white's going to look against the car itself, but my initial feelings are it's a pretty good white, but we'll see when when it comes to putting them on the panels on the car. Done, because the sooner I get these cars up for sale, the sooner I get the money in the bank and flip those spaces. And now we can see we've got some quite serious cracks. So I've gone along and plastic stapled them all. It's still cloudy, it's just clearing at the moment. Computer, and it looks like I've had some wind, so we'll have a quick look. They're all from BCA.